Hello, this is Lisa's, Ryan's, and Avery's international business plan. We decided to develop a business plan for the entry of Chick-fil-A as a franchise into Germany. The consumption of fast food within Germany is growing. German children enjoy the consumption of unhealthy fast food, and in a German study, it determined that their children spent about €15 each week just on fast food. While American fast food chains aren't too popular with German adults, they're very popular among their children. Therefore, this may be a success due to children and young adults who live in the city. Additionally, Germany has a similar culture to that of America, meaning that it is a Western, low-context, individualistic country that doesn't have staggering differences when it comes to social behavior and acceptability. Germany is a well-established country with laws that prevent bribery, protect property rights, and hold people to high ethical standards. The religion is also quite similar to that of the United States, which means there are limited dietary restrictions or considerations. Germany is a democracy and it has been for almost 70 years. This means that there is limited political risk or instability. It is definitely legal to establish a private firm within their country. Finally, Germany has a huge economy, the largest in all of Europe and the fourth in the world. Over 45,000 foreign companies do business within Germany, and nearly 4% of all foreign direct investments flow into Germany. Berlin is actually known as the capital of startups in Europe. Overall, the law of Germany presents favorable conditions for starting a new foreign business. The country has legal certainty, meaning that there is a stable legal base in the case of legal disputes. German law is favorable to foreign companies, and they help foreign businesses save on expenses through the laws created. German laws help ensure that foreign companies are able to assert their legal rights. The decision-making process is stable and predictable, similar to that of the US, when it comes to decision-making in court systems. The codes, statutes, and regulations of Germany help legal issues stay under control. In regards to labor and employment laws within Germany, there are not clearly defined as there is no standard general employment law. The aspects of employment fall into other categories of law, including individual employment law, collective employment law, and occupational health and safety legislation. Individual employment law includes the issues surrounding hiring, maintaining, and terminating employees, including their contracts. Collective employment law includes the legal relationships between employers, unions, and the employees. Occupational health and safety legislation deals with the obligations that a business must fulfill that have a direct impact on the employees. The laws of a business and how they are set up are similar to that of the US. We will set up our company as a franchise because it is a private company. Chick-fil-A is private because it does not sell shares of its company to the public. The important laws that are related to the businesses include Civil Code, which contains general rule performances, Commercial Code, which contains rules on transactions among businesses, the Private Limited Companies Act, and the Act on Unfair Competition, which prohibits misleading advertising and unfair business practices. While there are many benefits and many things that make ease of entry easy, there are also some negative aspects that should be addressed before reaching a conclusion. Most people in Germany have bad views about fast food, and they view the concept very differently than Americans. Their version of fast food is much more like bakeries and fresh meats that are prepared quickly. Most people still sit down and enjoy their meal and rarely eat in the car. German breakfast choices are often very different than those offered at Chick-fil-A, consisting of breads, sausages, and cheese, and occasionally other items like nuts and yogurt. Their whole concept of food is viewed differently, as the quality is much better and it is expected to be. While we view Chick-fil-A as an upscale version of McDonald's or Wendy's, it is very unhealthy in Germany. Germans love a high quality, whether it is through their cars or through their food. While Chick-fil-A has decent quality for Americans, the standard may be different in Germany. There are many other obstacles that a business can face when opening a company in Germany. The ease of starting a business is ranked 106 in the world, and this is due to construction permits, getting electricity, registering the property, getting credit, paying taxes, and much more. While this isn't a bad ranking, it means that the time it will take to set up a business will take longer and will potentially be harder. The fiscal system within Germany is very complicated, as businesses must pay 9 to 14 different tax payments per year, taking up a lot of their time and money. The corporate tax rate is 29.72%, and additionally foreign businesses are subject to a value-added tax. There are many forms that are needed, which usually should be filled out with professional guidance. In general, there are specific rules that an operator must follow when starting a Chick-fil-A franchise. The initial investment only costs $10,000, which is relatively cheap. Chick-fil-A is available to be licensed for various locations, including universities, hospitals, and business venues. We will place our franchise in a business building which is near public transport and crowds of people. There is a licensing contract which must be signed, and the specific brand requirements are that the business is closed on Christmas and Sundays. The license is initial $5,000. Training includes an extensive multi-week training program just to make sure that everybody knows what they're doing. The corporate culture of Chick-fil-A is quite strict, and employees are kept on a tight leash to ensure they perform their duties in a responsible manner. While this may seem harsh, it will provide a strong, committed culture that Germans like, which we talked about later in the presentation. Overall, there are many restrictions in opening a Chick-fil-A franchise. There are also some cultural differences, as Germans prefer high-quality food and often don't have drive-thrus or fast food restaurants. However, we conclude that those negative aspects are outweighed by the benefits. Benefits including a growing consumption of fast food, favorable laws, a good German economy, and small startup fees. Germans are open to foreign companies, so why not give Chick-fil-A a shot? Now we turn to the plan for entry. The mode of entry will be a non-equity mode, which will include franchising. It will be a small-scale entry, which reflects on non-equity mode, because it will limit the amount of startup costs in this country, and it will help the business grow slowly without risk. Depending on the success of the franchise, it could either leave the country with limited economic loss, or it could build even more franchises. The country we enter will be Germany, and the city will be Berlin, due to its size. The more people that are within the city, the more people that are likely to try the new business. Fast food places in Germany are mainly located near public transportation, and standalone fast food places and drive-thrus are very unpopular, therefore having it in the city would probably be best. The plan for entry will work because it is a unique concept and food style. Growing popularity for fast food is on the rise, and popular for meats like sausages and chicken. It is a family-friendly option for Germans who are on the go. There are limited amounts of options within European cities, so this one should be good. Target the specific market audience, such as children and young families. KFC is another American fast food restaurant that is reasonably successful in Germany, and yet Chick-fil-A still does another $2 billion more than they do per year. As stated before, we will operate as a franchise, just due to the low development costs and low risk. We will operate by using indirect exports. The company will hire an export management company in order to limit the amount of unnecessary decisions that include distribution and payment. Since Chick-fil-A has not dealt with a foreign market before, it would be valuable to try the concept first. Germans want trust, efficiency, punctuality within businesses they choose to give their money to. The business will try to run these principles because they are important to the people of Germany. Germans choose to spend their money wisely, and they often base their choices on the recommendations of others. Our company and our products will differ slightly just to relate to the culture change. There will be no drive-thru, no play area for the children, and customers will pay with cash rather than credit cards. The different products will include things like more knives and forks ordered, just because people don't like to eat with their hands as much. Less to-go boxes ordered because people like to sit and enjoy the full meal. New condiment options like sauerkraut, which is the German favorite, and different brands of ketchup and mayonnaise due to food regulations. Produce will differ in taste just because we use the local farms that produce different products. The smaller intermittent meal options will be available because we want the snack items to be offered on our menu. An expatriate would be a great person to manage this franchise. We think it is important that someone who is familiar with the way Chick-fil-A operates in the US is a great candidate for the position. The expatriate should be able to speak fluent German and should have a decent understanding of the culture and lingo in the region, and should also be able to order accordingly to the culture. All of those things and more should be kept in mind by this manager. Through this, it will allow him to have respect with locals while still having the knowledge of the American company. In conclusion, we believe the entry of Chick-fil-A into Germany can pose a great opportunity. The initial startup costs are low and the laws of foreign companies are beneficial. Berlin is known as the leader of business ventures within Europe, and Germany is the best economy in the European Union. There are tough franchise requirements, however the Germans value strict, efficient, and trustworthy businesses, which Chick-fil-A can offer. There is a growing consumption of fast food within the country, and although people value sit-down restaurants, this gives people a quicker option as they go out and about. It offers a new, unique food that isn't common in Germany, plus it adds a family-friendly option for moms who may not have other kid-friendly places to eat. The business will be managed and by an expatriate who will have knowledge about America, but will also be aware of the German culture. We will ensure that we will take German culture into consideration when developing the business, and overall, we believe this will be a great venture. Here's a list of our sources, and we thank you for listening to our presentation.